also for making me a part of it, because each time when I go back to an event like this, it's a learning experience more for me than for others, and each time I look forward to going back wiser than before. And I'm sure it will be so this morning as well. And I was told that as many as 35 countries have already sent in their delegates, which is by most of the standards of holding conferences an appreciable number, because I have been myself into this business of organizing conferences for more than 2 decades. So I'm glad that the organizers have managed to pull you out of that virtual mode and pushed you into sitting face to face with each other. Because for a while it appears that we would learn to recognize each other only through the screen. Now, as far as the subject of the theme, the digital health is concerned, I think being a part of the government, my first thought is, then I also talk to you about this, but we got the assistance of ISRO and set up a satellite connection. And I vividly recall my first connection was with the Lucknow Institute of Sanjay Gandhi Institute. My counterpart there in the Department of Endocrinology, we started, we were trying to learn how to communicate. So we started practicing that. In those days, you didn't have the means to send WhatsApp and all the PDF reports of MRIs and etc., which you now do very conveniently. So we would at least just discuss our publications, our papers. But the missing link was, A, that there was lack of public awareness about it. So nobody knew what actually it meant, and nobody actually realized the importance of it. The second was that the lack of prioritization at the level of policy planning, which I said happened with the initiation done by Prime Minister Modi. And since as students of science we have learned not to speak without evidence, I tell you how I came to that conclusion. Soon thereafter, I put in my papers and left the job that I was. Mantri got to do in the hospital. They said, no, our Mantri is very firebrand, enthusiastic. He keeps coming to the hospital every now and then to inquire about patients and look up to his people. So one day he said, "Yahan koi baithne ki jagah nahi hai." The superintendent of the hospital, like a very good loyal civil servant, कि हाँ साहब ये कमरा है कोई इस्तेमाल नहीं करता. And overnight they converted it into a sitting chamber which would be used only when the concerned minister came. And then I realized, so maybe I had taken a plunge before time, and I didn't have any means to actually, or not neither the prerogative. Why I'm trying to say so is, and the entire fillip came after the COVID happened. And that's also because in the last, because COVID, also placed on us the constraint of not going close to each other, not going close to the patient. So how do you reach the patient? And then you had to find means. So also the corporate hospitals, because they couldn't lose on the revenue that they were generating. So for reasons more for business rather than profession, they had to do this. And I think one of the reasons for that also is that in the last 20 years or so, we were, till COVID took us by surprise. So these 3 or 4 group of them, and we gave them a full-fledged VAT, which is fancifully we named it Doctor on Leave. So they spent about 3 months in those 60 villages. So they would start by doing a recce of the village, find out, prepare a list of the patients wherever they are. And next day then they would get independence even just about 50 years. Many of us would get superannuated without getting a farewell. So the God would declare a farewell before the fellow cleaves did. Now it's plus 65 going on to 70, maybe it will go further. So now what is happening is that it is very fashionable in every forum where you go to say young India, we are a young nation. And young boys and girls also enjoy listening to that. And the elders also feel good pampering them. True. Yeah. But that's only half. The other half is not probably not realized. It's not that 70% are below 40 and those who achieve 50 are quitting the planet because their lifespan is increasing. So it's a biphasic curve actually. So he just retired as an engineer. So, and the third generation, the grandchildren are all settled abroad, or for reasons of occasion they were concerned. So I told him, I said, okay, sir, if there's anything that we can do. He said, no, there's no dearth of money. Then he showed me a check. He said, this is the check that my grandson has sent me. But what I need is somebody to...
Bulk seasons of vaccines. May I request Ms. Nivish Vaishnav, the Group Chief Operating Officer of Digital Health Associates, to join the dignitaries of the dais. And last but not the least, Dr. Neha Lakshman, who's been such an integral part of this first comprehensive multi-speciality guideline on women's health. A big thank you to all the dignitaries of the day. Now for a moment, before we request the Honorable Chief Guest to release these guidelines, may I request all the men over here to bring your hands together and applaud our women for all that they do for us day in and day out. We now request the Honorable Chief Guest to lead the world's first comprehensive multi-speciality guideline on women's health. Congratulations, this is such a momentous occasion. Thank you, sir. May I request the dignitaries on the dais to stay.
All these speakers self-explanatory session, and very apt message was given by Mr. Bakul Patel, who has been the world's foremost leader in the digital health and has been the authority to shape the thinking of most of us. Mr. Brian O'Connor, the chairman of European